Welcome back, you guys. I am excited for today's video, and I think you will be too, because it's going to be my first 4 palettes, 4 looks video. I've seen everyone in the world do these videos, like Angelica Nikovas and Betty Jean. I watch theirs all the time, specifically them, but I've seen other creators do it as well, and I'm excited to put my 2 cents in. So for my video, I decided I wanted to do one new palette, which is the Tones of Turd from GLAMINATRIX. The looks, guys, are so good. But I also wanted to do 3 throwback palettes. So these are all like pretty old palettes. So hopefully I'm inspiring you to create looks with things you already have in your collection as well. But we have the Abscission palette, the Muse palette from Cosmic Brushes, and one of my favorite palettes of all time, the recently Deinfluinced. But I am excited. Like I said, I love the looks. I cannot wait to show them to you, but let's go ahead and get into it. So I'm kind of wondering if you can guess which palette I created this look with. But if this is your first time here, my name is Heather, and I love all things makeup, especially colorful makeup and indie brands and eyeshadow. But if you guys love those things too, I really hope you will stick around, subscribe. I would love to see you back down below in the comments. I am excited. Like I said, I love colorful makeup and eyeshadow, but my channel has been about all things fall lately, and because it's my favorite time of the year, so I like to get started a little early. But I've had a blast, and I was so excited to be able to pull out some palettes to create some fall looks for you guys. Now, this look isn't very fall, I'm gonna be honest, but the other 3 really are, and I'm excited for you guys to see them. So as we get into each look, I will show you guys the swatches of the palette and everything. That way you can see it all laid out and then create the look with you. But I'm excited. Let's go ahead and get into look number 1. Not gonna lie, guys, I'm kind of tired today. I have been on a roll. I haven't filmed in 2 days. I reorganized my whole entire kitchen, cleaned all my cabinets out, decluttered. We have been on such a declutter thing for the last 2 months. It's been kind of nice, but also very exhausting. But like I said, I'm kind of tired. I got up way too early, but I'm pushing through because I feel like I've been waiting my whole freaking life for this palette. It is beautiful. I cannot wait to play with it. And I'm having such a good hair day. I mean, you kind of can't tell because it's up right now, but you'll have to trust me. I'm having a great hair day, so I can't pass up the opportunity to be cute and to be finally creating some looks with the Tones of Turd. I still don't know how I'm going to do this video, like if it's going to be several palettes, several different looks. I'm thinking that might be the route I take with it, because a lot of you guys are US based, not all of you, but a big chunk of you. And as of this very moment, GLAMINATRIX has paused shipping to the US. They are working on it though, so they might have something worked out by the time this video goes up. If so, I'll have it listed down below in the description box. But I know a lot of people already got their hands on this palette. I'm probably the last one in the world to do looks on it. So I just wanted to go ahead and do looks with it anyway. And I stuck my finger in it. It is a pretty typical fall kind of color story. So I feel like even if you don't have the palette, you could probably recreate these looks with something you might have already in your collection. But I will say this is beautiful. I love the theme. I am a child. and I think it's hilarious. So we're going to dive in. But what is on my cheeks, you may ask? Well, that would be the Cosmic Beauty blush in the shade Nutmeg. But for highlights, I love the combo. I am wearing the red you see is so beautiful, but it is the Ensley Rain Underland Dreamless highlighter. This is beautiful. This was from the Underland collection, but it's so freaking pretty. It's so pretty on the eyes as well. And I also, the like green gold situation you see there is the Green Goddess. I love mixing highlighters. If you have not tried it, highly recommend, especially if you kind of do it the way I do. I like to use my finger and tap some here, and then I'll use my brush to blend it out on the top of the cheek, and then I'll take like another shade and put it like right where I tapped the other, and then lightly blend, and I love the way it looks. To me, it's so fun. But, I mean, maybe you won't like it. I don't know. But it's fun to try. So, for lips, I have a new lip liner from Melt. This is in the shade Cinnamon. And I thought it would go so well with this palette. And I paired it with Smooth Chalk from NARS. Still want to get more shades of that because I love that lip formula. It's so nice. But I have on a long sleeve shirt and this really thick flannel because Amanda and our dear niece thinks it's hot in here, and they have our AC on 63 degrees. They're trying to freeze me to death. So I'm bundled up. I look like fall. But I'm going to hush now, you guys. I promise. And we're going to get into this look. I actually am really excited about this palette. Like I said when I talked about it, it's literally been 84 years I've been waiting for it, like 2 months literally. It was stuck in customs from August the 9th until now, so almost 20 days it took to get to me from customs, which is insane, but that's all besides the point. So I think the plan is to mostly play with these two shades, Runny Honey and Potty Mouth. I also love that they sent this like little card explaining the shade names as well. They're hilarious, but we're gonna dig in. Let me figure out how I want to create this look. Angelica said in her video today she's having a launch in September, and I'm excited. I can't wait to see what it is. But we're gonna start with a E06. I thought of Angelica because I was talking about the Singe brushes. ADHD brain, guys, you gotta go with it. But we're gonna dip into Runny Honey. Sounds fun, not literally, but I am gonna just tap this here on the inner part. I have been dying to play with this palette, and I would love to mix it with the Bonfire palette too. I think that could be so fun, but I just want to pack this here in the inner corner, and I love that. And I'm also gonna take an E04. Where are you? Here you are. And I'm gonna run that all along the lower lash line. If you are like familiar with my channel and you have been watching my videos, the new palette from Adept, I said that I thought that lighter neutral shade, if it like was my color story and I could change anything about it, I would take out that lighter neutral shade. The shade I would put in it is a shade like this. I think that shade would be so good in that palette because there are a lot of red toned things in there, and I think it would be a really cool combo. But now I want to just take this kind of up here. Hopefully it'll make sense later, but it might not, so fingers crossed. Okay, so now we're gonna go into that shade, Potty Mouth, and hopefully this works out. But I'm using another E06, and I'm just packing this here, focusing it more out here on the outer part, but I am gonna take it, and I just love these two shades together. And ever since I tried that palette that I was just talking about, from Adept, and I seen that shimmer. I can't get enough of this combo. I love those two colors together. Obviously, we need some blending. Okay, so now I think I want to dip into Logjam and just deepen up this outer corner on the top and the lower lash line. But this time I'm going to use the E25 from Sigma and just really pack this on out here. I thought about using Skid Mark, but I went against it, at least for now. We might dip into it later. You know me, I love the drama in my eye looks, but in my eye looks only. Oh, I think that's so cool. And then I'll go back over it with the red. I love that tone of red. It's like perfect for fall. And then using the E11 from Singe. I just kind of like the way it looks. You know what I mean? I think I actually might even want to take an E07 and run some of that shade Logjam further across. It's such a fun combo. I'm kind of deciding if I want to do baby poop in the inner corner, but if I did, maybe I would mix it with the white. That way I could lighten it a little. But I might actually wait just to do the shimmers first, and then we'll see like what it looks like, and then I'll decide like what I want to do. But now I gotta figure out what I want to do for shimmers. I know I'm using this shade Plugged Up. Oh my god, I love it so much. But I need something else for the inner part, so that's the part I need to try to figure out. But while I do that, I'll go ahead and add some of my glitter glue to the lid. Okay, so I just brought in that green matte a little more. I might leave that part matte. I don't know yet. So we're gonna go in with that shade Plugged Up. I mean, that's so freaking pretty. I just can't. I love it so much. When I swatched this palette, I mean, all the shades are beautiful. Like, the shimmers are so gorgeous, but this one got me. I love that. I think that shimmer is so freaking beautiful. Oh, it just makes me so happy, and it matches my jacket, like, so well. But I think I also want to do Triple Flush, which is that yellow shade. It's kind of yellow to green. And just tap it here. Oh my god, that's so blinding. Definitely gonna have to do some blending on that. I was going for sheer. But that is so stunning. Especially like with that shade. Oh goodness. I think that's so freaking pretty. I think I'm gonna do the same thing on the lower lash. But I'm gonna use this little ColourPop brush. And start with the red, Plugged Up. I love shimmer shades like this with the blackened base. I think they're so pretty. If you watch my grungy palette video, you already know. And then we'll do Triple Flush. Triple Flush is a little flaky, but if you use the correct brush, you can like smooth it out. I just used the Singe Beauty E09. It's a really good brush for like spreading and smoothing out those more flaky shades. Okay, so I'm going to mix the white and the green shade for the inner corner, but I'm going to actually wait and do it off camera because I need to stop bothering this eye because it's starting to water a little bit. But the only other thing I need to do is the inner corner and blend on the outer corner, but I love the way this looks. I think it is so pretty, and the color combo, oh, I think it's so fun. Like I said, I've been so in love with this combo ever since I played with that Adept palette, but you guys are gonna have to let me know what you think. But I'll be right back with the finished look. I am back with the finished look, and I don't know about you guys, but I absolutely love the way this turned out. I would love to do this matte crease with that shade from the Adept palette. I think that would be so pretty. But honestly, I probably could have layered these shimmers and got the same effect. But I think this is so freaking beautiful. I love it with my whole heart. I cannot wait to see like what you guys think of it as well. But for lashes, I did 2 mascaras. I did the MAC Stack on top and the Flutter on bottom. I love this as a lower lash mascara if you don't have problems with smudging, because it does smudge on me. And I also did the Melt Liner in the shade Afterlife, which is the green one. You guys know it's one of my favorites. I've used it a lot lately because it's gone with so many looks, which makes me happy because it's one of my favorite colors. But I also did the Melt Bailey Sarian BB Lash, and I think that looks really good with this eye look as well. But like I said, I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do this video just yet, so I'm not going to end it here because I'm pretty sure I'm going to do like 3 or 4 palettes, 3 looks types of video, and we're going to make it like a fall edition and do some fun, inspiring fall looks. I hope you guys are into that, but I'm excited about this eye look. I cannot wait to keep playing with this palette. That's one thing that is a bummer about, one, not only half my audience can't get their hands on it now, but 2, I got it so late. So like a standalone like review video will not do good at all on my channel of this now. I can't do like 2 looks with it, and that sucks because I'm excited to play with it again. So stay tuned for like my Instagram reels, if I can fit it, maybe my YouTube reels, and I'll try to upload it there so you guys can get some more inspiration for this palette. But I am loving this one. You're gonna have to let me know though if you picked this palette up and what your thoughts are on it. But let's go ahead and move on to the next look. So excited to create another look with one of my favorite palettes of all time, the recently Deinfluenced. I love this one. You guys know I just raved about it in 2 different videos. Well, one was my fall palette video and then one was the ranking video as well. But I'm excited to create one of my favorite looks with it, and it's not one I've done on camera, at least I don't think so. But first, for blush today, I am wearing the shade Virtue from Rare Beauty. Look how cute and tiny this is. I will say, this is not as pigmented as the original blushes I picked up from this brand. This is layers, like 3 layers of blush. That's how I got it to be like so poppy. But if you have been scared of their blushes, I will say this particular shade is not pigmented. So I'll have to try out some of their newer shades and see like if they've like redone the formula or something, because I'm not sure. But I also have on the Space Age highlighter from Kaleidos in the shade Prophecy. I love it so much. And on my lips is one of my favorite combos. It is Peach Amber from ABH with Gnarly from Unearthly. Now it's in the new packaging, like the one that looks like the crystals. It's really cool. I'm so happy they brought that shade back because it's one of my top favorites. And it's in their satin liquid lip formulas, which I love with my whole entire heart. But I'm excited to play with this palette. So I think these are the mattes that I'm going to play with today. These 3 colors and maybe even some of this shade, and we're just gonna create something fun, and then I'll show you the shimmers when we get closer to time. But I'm excited. As you know, I love a fall look. I love a fall color story, and while this one does have like hints of Halloween in there as well, it's
giving fall to me, especially the look that I plan on doing today. Okay, so I think I'm going to start out with the E06, and we're going to go into the shade here, Paid Partnership, and I'm going to just start this here in the front part. I'm just starting with a little amount of that eyeshadow, and I'm just going to work on packing that, you know, down the line. I don't know like how far I want to take this just yet, so I might just leave this as like a little blob here until I figure out exactly what I want to do. I'm so excited to be creating a look with this palette. Okay, now I think I'm going to dip into Authenticity, the one right below that. And I'm just gonna, I'll use a different brush. Why not? I'm going to use the E06, but a clean one. Because like I said, I don't know exactly what I'm doing. I'm kind of just going with the flow. We'll figure it out as we go. But I'm just going to build this up. I'm hoping I can make this green work in here somewhere as well. But I'm pretty sure I've done this combo and it worked. But like I said, this is one of my favorite combos, and I'm pretty sure I've done this exact same like format, like laid it on the eye the same exact way before. So I think it blended just fine, so we'll see. But you guys are gonna have to let me know, like, are you someone who starts decorating for fall a little early? Do you skip fall altogether and go straight into Halloween? I would love to know. Like, I honestly love fall, like the fall color stories, but I love Halloween decor. That really gets me excited too, so I kind of like to have time with both. But I would totally decorate for fall in July and be happy. But I try to, you know, make myself wait at least till August, the middle of August. We have not done anything with our house downstairs, though. We've just been busy, you know, with life. Life is lifing. But this color combo alone is just so beautiful, and you could do this all over the lid, and just that alone would be so freaking gorgeous. Let's go ahead and add in some of that shade Feud, which is the more like orangey, yellowy kind of shade. And I'm going to add in some of this here with the E01. Oh, this makes me so excited to see like what their Halloween launch is going to be. Okay, so now I'm just using the E27 to pack this shade in the crease. We're going for depth in this look, which I know you're not surprised, but I just think it looks so good, and this matches the gnarly lipstick so well. Such a good combo. And then we'll start working on this outer corner. But before we do that, I think I actually want to go ahead and do the same exact thing on the lower lash line, starting with that shade Feud. And just building that up first. I just love those types of orange shades. They remind me of macaroni and cheese. As you can tell, I'm a foodie, guys. I love food. But I'm just going in with that deeper orange. More of a burnt color. And then Authenticity out here. I love it. And then, like I said, I'll just work on blending this and building it up until I'm happy with it. This look is relatively easy. Okay, so I just used a little concealer to clean up a little of this back end of the crease, because now I want to go in with some of that dark green, and I've already used all of my brushes, so let me clean one off,
because I specifically want to use one of the E27s. So we're going to dip into the shade Monetize and use this to deepen up the outer corner. But I want the green to kind of pop and be its own thing too, without muddying up too much that outer corner. Which is why I decided to clean it up a little with the concealer. And I just love the combo. It's giving fall in all of the best ways. But this is what I meant by I might need to go in with that deeper purple, because I'm going to need something to bridge all of this. Now I'm going to dip into Energy Vampire and just kind of help this green blend into the other mattes. So I'm just going to press some out here. I'm going to try to add some of this green to the lower lash line with an E07. Oh yeah, you could still see that there's a little green in there. Oh, that's so cool. You would definitely be able to work this green in with the oranges really nice. I love that. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with some glitter glue from Bella Beauty Bar. Might as well. It's one of my favorites. I have been hooked on the Cleona one for a while now, since it came out. But I really do enjoy this one as well. I've had several of them since I started buying it a little while back, and it's a really good one. But I am placing this on the lid. So I actually changed my mind about the shimmer that I wanted to do, because I wanted to do a screenshot, but you guys are seeing purple, but when I look at it, it's green. But it's too purple, I feel like, for this look, and the wrong shade of purple to go with this outer corner. So instead, I want to do this shade Depleted, which I love so much. So that's what I'm going to go in with on majority of the lid. I just love it. It has like a deep dark base. It's so pretty and fiery. And I'm taking it most of the way in and a little bit over that green. Just using a clean finger to tap. But I love this. Oh, I just love it when a look comes together. And honestly, this one's turning out even better because I did change that shade. The last time I did a look with this combo, I think I did the green up here and the purple down here and was able to use that screenshot shade. So this is a different shimmer and it ended up being a completely different look, but I love it with my whole heart. I think it's so cute. But now I need an E01 and I want to go into the shade Viral. It's one of my favorite shades in the palette, and you could tell because I have pan in it. So I want to put this on the very inner part of the lid right here, but I also want to add some of this to the inner corner. I might need to add some of that highlight to this situation as well, just to help brighten. But this combo is giving me life right now. So I'm going to take some of both of those shades on the lower lash line. And I'm using this little brush from Adept Cosmetics, starting with the deeper one. Just plopping this over top of that green shade. Then again with the lighter shade. Okay, so I have this palette from Isabel Cosmetics, which they are no longer a brand, but I think this shade could be really cool for the inner corner and add a little brightness. So we're gonna give that a try. Oh, I almost did the other eye. And it's very similar to that shade that I have on the lid, the very light one, but I think that is really, really pretty. Let's add a little bit of this glowy blush on here as well, this shade. I feel like that could be super cute. And I've not used the blushes in this palette very often, so why not? You know, we're here. But this is the eye before I go finish the look off camera. I love this though. I think it's so cute and it's totally giving me fall in all of the best way. But I can't wait to see what it looks like when it's all come together. But I'll be right back to show you guys the look. I am back with the finished look, and oh, this came together in the best way. I did change out the lip because I felt like with the blush and the highlight and then the orange and the eye look, it just balances it out with the outer corner, really ties it all in together, and I love it. I think it looks so freaking cute. I love the pop of green on the lid as well. I think it adds a little extra fun to the look. So for lips, I use the shade Edgy from Jolie Beauty and the shade Moonlit Mauve from Unearthly Cosmetics. And for eyeliner, I use two. In the front part, I used the orange from Glisten Cosmetics. And then I used the shade Fast Lane from ColourPop. And it really just, I love the way it brings that green into the look. I think it looks so pretty. And the base to that shimmer shade is kind of this color, which I think really added something to it as well. And then I did two mascaras. On the top lashes, I did the MAC Stack. Bottom, I did Flutter. And then I also used the lashes from Bright Lashes in the style Adorn. And I love how wispy they are. I think this look is so pretty though, especially with this lip color. I haven't used this one in a while. This came in one of their collections. I don't remember which one it was in though, but I do love it so much. I think it's so pretty and I'm excited. I'm excited that I get to wear this look today. I'm also so thrilled to be doing some fall looks with these palettes. I think it's going to be so much fun. I don't know which palette I'm going to do a look with next. I'm thinking maybe Muse, but you'll have to wait and see. So let's go ahead and move on to look number 3. I bought this palette during Black Friday, I think, last year, and I don't have a look up with it on my channel, so I was excited to be able to create a look with it today, and I'm excited. I can't wait. I love the artwork. You guys know I love Artitude Cosmetics, and this color story is so breathtaking. I have used it a few times off camera, but like I said, I've done nothing with it on camera. But I do have some fun ideas for a look today that will hopefully be different than the other two looks I've already done. So on the cheeks, I am wearing the Simply Posh liquid blush in the shade Berry Cold. It's like a muted red and I love it so much. And for highlighter, I am wearing the Green Goddess highlight from Bella Beauty Bar. I've been loving this. I could see myself like using this one up. I have like major pan in this highlighter. I don't even know if you guys can see. Probably not. Not pan. I meant like a major divot. You'll have to look over me, guys. But for lips, I am wearing the lip liner from DD Signature in the shade Petal. And the lipstick is the shade Shadow Creature. It's one of the matte liquid lips from Odin's Eye. This is from the Angelica Nikovus collection, from one of the Halloween ones. But I love this muted red color as well. And the reason I went for the muted red and the green is because two of like the primary matte colors I do want to use for today's look are these two. The more muted green, and then we have the more muted red. And I thought they could be such a pretty look together. Honestly, this shirt may be the wrong color for what I need, but it's always laundry day in my house. I'm not even kidding. I wish I was. But we're gonna dig in. So I'm thinking we'll do like something Halo-esque. I think that sounds really fun. So I'm pulling out two E06s because, you know, I always use these for halos. And I'm gonna start with this shade, Let Go. And we're gonna work that here in the inner part. I'm gonna like add this in as like a little blob. Right here in the front. This is like a light sagey kind of color. This is a really fun take on a fall palette, and I love it very much. It's so pretty. Like I said, just doing a little blob, and then I'll move over to the other E06 and we'll dip into that muted red shade Fall and just start building this up out here. I do like to do my halo eyes slightly slanted. I just think it works better for my eye shape than doing it like straight up and down, you know how most people do them. I just prefer it this way. And I also find that because my eyes are hooded, like when I look straight ahead, they're not the most hooded eyes, but they are hooded. And I feel like when you do a halo like this, it kind of helps hide the fact that they're hooded at the same time. But I just love this muted color. I think it's so pretty. I picked out the palettes for this video after I filmed my fall palette video, which was so much fun. But after I saw this one, even back in editing, I was like, yeah, that has to happen. I have to use that one because I've been dying to do it. The palette I am using next is going to be the Muse palette, which I am really excited for. I'm pretty sure I said yesterday that I was going to use that today, but I changed my mind. Okay, then I'm going to do the same exact thing on the lower lash line. I used my Hourglass concealer today, and it has crease to the high heavens. Even setting it is like doing nothing for me. Using the E04, I used it on both shades. Now I'm just adding some of this red out here. And then we'll use like the shimmer to kind of bridge the two shades. I think it could be really cute. That's the hope anyway. But I'm just making sure this red meets up with this outer corner situation here. Okay, so now I think I want to take an E01 and add some of this like cream light shade Renew to the inner corner just to help brighten up some. And I need some life brought back to my face. I feel so tired all the time. I don't know what is going on with me, honestly. I think I might be sleeping too much. It could be the nightmares. I don't even know. But I feel so tired right now. I felt tired all day. But I just went ahead and built this shade up in the outer corner, and already I'm loving this combo. I think it's so fun. But I do think I want to deepen up. We're going to do the shade Dead Weight. And I'm going to start out by using, actually, let's start with this side out here so I know how deep this shade is. And I'll start by using an E25 from Sigma. And I'm just starting with that dark brown. Yes, she's pretty deep. We love that. Or at least I love that. And now we're getting that halo effect. Have you ever done an all matte halo eye? That could be interesting, but hard to blend at the same time. Let me know. Or have you seen anyone do one? I think I have on Instagram. But it's always those looks on Instagram that look like they're impossible to recreate, you know what I mean? I wish I just had that skill level, or the patience. But I'm just gonna work on building this up. Ooh, yeah, that like really deepens up. That is an awesome deep brown shade. And honestly, on this red, it almost pulls a little black. And while I'm at it, we'll go ahead and do all the way across the lower lash line. Now for me, I might make that shade lighter here in the center, but I do like to take, I don't leave anything open down here. I just don't prefer it that way. If you do, I mean, I think it looks good on people, but I don't know. I just don't like it on myself. So I'm just taking that across. Like I said, I might leave it a little lighter there, if anything. I think this look is going to be pretty easy. So far it has been. I really love the Artitude formula, and I'm hoping that they will be able to hopefully soon continue shipping to the US. I just love them. They're one of my favorite brands. But I'm loving this already. Now I do want to work on doing the inner parts. So I'm using an E27 from Sigma. And I'm gonna slowly build this up, because as you can see, like from this outer corner, this shade does go very far, and I don't want to I don't want it to take over too much. I can barely even speak. You guys, just look over me. Oh, I'm feeling like this is almost giving Christmas. You know what you could recreate this look with if you have it? The High Temp palette from Unearthly Cosmetics. And actually that palette should have been in my fall video. I don't know why it wasn't. I completely forgot. And not even just that one, the Mocha Moment. I think the mattes are good. I'm definitely gonna have to change out this lip color though, as much as I love it. It just doesn't go when I mix in with the brown. It kind of turned this more of a wine berry than anything. But there are so many different directions you could take this look with the shimmers. So obviously you could do this shade. That would be so pretty. I think this shade, which is the shade called Life, would turn this into more of a Christmas look, if that's what you're going for. You could obviously do this shade. I barely picked any up. The shade Crisp, which is just like a really light green. And then you have the silver, which would also go very well. I don't know about this one. That shade is so freaking gorgeous. This one's pretty too, but this one kind of could go in a weird way. You could make it work. And then this one feels a little too purpley for what I'm going for. So I don't know. I know that I want to use this shade, which I know if you saw my fall video, you're probably not surprised. I think I want to use this shade on the inner and outer corner, but I'm undecided on whether or not I want to do the green or the silver. I'm thinking this silver could be really cool. The green is kind of expected. Silver adds a twist. So we'll just have to see like which direction I want to take it in. But first, we're going to start out with this shade, which is called Abscission. The shade is just so freaking pretty. I love it. Okay, then we'll work on some blending. Let's start with the green. shade here, I'm going to mix the green and brown, tap my brush, and just work on blending this. I might actually, no, that's blending. I was going to say I might need a stiffer brush, but that seems to be doing well on its own. And then I'll switch over to this side. May even be able to just use what's on the brush for that one. I completely forgot to even put glitter glue down. So I'm using the wipe to clean this up a little because I accidentally took that shimmer shade over a little too far. But I can't believe I forgot to put glitter glue down. Oh well, but I'll go ahead for the middle shade and we'll use a little bit of my glitter glue from Bella Beauty Bar. I'm trying to use this one up. As you can tell, I'm almost there. And I'll just tap this in the center, and now's the time. Decisions need to be made. Now that I'm looking at the look, let's see which way. The green, I don't know, something about this look just makes me want to do the silver, and what the hell, like, if I don't like it, I can change it. Might help if I have that on the right finger. I'm sitting there trying to apply eyeshadow with a finger that has nothing on it. But let's just tap this in the center. Okay, that lip color was just clashing so hard. I just couldn't handle it. But I'm going to continue to just place this silver down. And you know what? Maybe we'll use the green and make the green kind of like fade up at the top. That could be kind of cool. And then use a clean finger to help kind of blur that out. I think that's really cool. I definitely need to do blending, of course. I love it. I don't think I've created anything quite like this. It's kind of like mysterious fall. You know what I mean? I feel so weird without lip product on. But I'm gonna work on just blending all of this out until I'm like satisfied with it, and just keep building up those shimmer shades and stuff. Honestly, I don't know if I want to add anything to the lower lash line. I might do a spotlight effect with the liner, but I'll have to see. I'm gonna work on just playing with this a little bit, blending it and all of those things. Find a lip product and just finish this look real quick off camera, but I can't wait to see what this one looks like when it comes together. But this is seriously reminding me of I think I said High Temp earlier. I keep calling that palette that, and I do not know why. It's the Just a Taste palette. I don't know why I keep calling it the High Temp, but you could totally create this one with that palette if you have that one in your collection, and maybe you're in the US and you can't get your hands on this one just yet. So I love it though. I can't wait to hear what you guys think, but I'll be right back. I am back with the finished look, and I am feeling all of the fall vibes, but in a grungy way that I love with my whole heart. So I ended up using the Black Moon Cosmetics liquid lipstick in the shade Hazel, but I used it as liner, and then I went over it with my NARS Smooth Talk lip gloss, which I love so much. But I love this look. I think it came together so nicely. One thing I did change, well, I didn't change anything. I decided to take a little bit of crisp and I just tapped it on the center of that. So it's kind of like that green gold silver combo, and I just think it's so pretty. I love it so much. I just love the way this came together, and I'm so excited I was able to create something with this palette. Honestly, I really wanted to play with these two colors for a halo eye and then do like one of these shimmers or both on the eye. I think that could have been really pretty too, but I wanted to keep it fall, and that doesn't feel very fall to me. So I ended up like changing what I wanted to go with. But if you are in need of some inspiration with this one, maybe you could do a halo or just do some kind of two-tone look with it. That could be really cool, but you'll have to let me know if you decide to create that look or recreate this one. Now, let me show you the Unearthly Cosmetics palette that I was talking about. So here we have the Just a Taste palette, and with this one, you do get a lot more shades. The color stories on these two palettes are pretty vastly different. They do have some similarities, as in the fact that they both have those muted tones, you know what I mean? But you could totally recreate this look with this palette because of these two shades here. Those would be the shades out in the crease, and then you could use this deep brown to deepen up like I did. That would work so perfectly. But in replace of the shimmer, if you wanted it to be like really close to what I did, this shade would be good. So this is the shade Moonlit Veil, which would be really, really pretty. But I'm wondering, like, what would this one? No. Mortal Dusk would be pretty. But I still think I would probably go with this shade or this shade. Oh, that's pretty because it has that green, but it has like that base of the shade out here, which would be really gorgeous as well. So I did just want to throw out some inspiration in case maybe you can't get your hands on the Artitude Cosmetics palette. I know it is sold out right now, but even if it wasn't, if you live in the US, I know you can't get it. So if you're one of those people, you could just grab the one from Unearthly Cosmetics. I'll link it down below, as well as all of the other stuff I use in all of these looks. Now, some of the looks are going to be pinned down below in a pinned comment because unfortunately they do give us like a certain amount of letters we can put in a description box, so I definitely will not have enough room for that. But you guys are gonna have to let me know what you think of this look, and I'm excited because the final look is definitely gonna be with the Muse palette, and it's gonna be so fun. So let's go ahead and get into that now. So for this look, I'm going to try to make it fall, but it's going to lean a little more on the grungy side, if I'm being honest. But I am so excited to be creating it. So I'm going to start with these two shades, and then we're going to work into, might help if I show you. I want to start with these two shades down here, the two greens. Then we're going to work into this one to deepen up. And we're going to get into it. It's going to be fun. I haven't decided completely how I want to do this though, like what type of look. I might just make it easy because this video is going to be forever long. So, and it's 9 o'clock at night. Today's been a long day, you guys. But I'm using an E06 and I'm dipping into the shade Water Lily, which is that really bright green, and look how pretty it picks up. I just love this color story with my whole entire heart, and it matches the earrings. So I'm just taking this, like I really want it to be very prominent there in the front half on the top and bottom. So I'm going to use the E01 to pack this down here too. And under my eyes are set with setting powder, but as you can see, this shade still works really well under there too. Okay, so now I'm just going to work on taking this all the way across the crease. I guess I could have done that on the bottom, but like I said, I'm like half here today. But I'm just using an E03 from Singe just to blend out that shade. These shades are like some of my favorites to work with. I just love them so much.
Okay, so now I'm going to move on to the shade Willow, which is like this khaki green right beside it. And I'm going to use this to pretty much just deepen up the crease using the E06. Ooh, that was way darker than I expected it to be. But I love that. Kind of went ham though to start. I like to go in with little and work my way up. I just find it's easier to blend that way. But I'm just going to work on building this up in the crease. I really love these two shades together. And you know, I love a murky look so much. I'm going to go ahead and take some of that on the lower lash line as well. Like I said, hopefully this look will be really easy. But since I have started my YouTube channel and done like ranking videos and stuff, I've gotten people asking me to do looks with this palette. So I figured you guys would be just as excited to see a look with it as I am to create a look with it. I got bit by something earlier. I'm all over the place, but I wanted to also create something quick and easy that wouldn't be difficult to recreate either. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with an E25 from Sigma, and I want to go into the shade Fig and just deepen this up. I like this shade because it's kind of a neutral, but it has like that purpley undertone to it. And I feel like that might give it fall vibes if it even shows up that color. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and clean off the lid and go over it with some concealer, like cut the crease, see if we can get some of that purple to try to show up. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with that shade Fig, and we'll see if we can get that purpley tone. It's a slight purple like hue. You can kind of see it there. And I just love purple with these greens. It kind of reminds me of the Dieverune palette, honestly. The new one that, the new collab. But that is one hell of a combo. And these, like all of the colors and stuff, mattes and shimmers that I plan on using today are like colors I'm always drawn to when I open this palette. I just love them. So I just decided to try to find a way to put them in a look together, which I think is so fun. But now I'm going to use this little tiny brush from Adept with that same shade and just add a little bit of this down here to add a little depth to the lower lash line, outer corner situation. Okay, so now moving on to shimmers. I'm going to use what's left of this Bella Beauty Bar Shimmer Stay. This one is finished, but such a good product. So I'm just going to put this on the lid, and I'm excited for these shimmers, you guys. I think they're really going to make the look even better. So if you're familiar with my channel, you know I always talk about this shimmer. This is the one I want to start with. It's called Ambient, and it's so pretty. I love that it has like these two colors in it, but it also has like this color in it too. Those would make a really good combo as well. And I've done that combo several times, so I wanted to do something a little different. So I decided to go in with this, and I just love like that flip glitter reflect situation. I just think it's so pretty. And I love like how deep and dark that shade is. It's kind of giving Halloween. Then, okay, I was going back and forth. My first thought was to do this shade Antique because it has kind of like the perfect tones to finish off this look. But I think I want something kind of unexpected. So I'm thinking I might start with this shade here and kind of like put it on the edge of this. So let me use an E01 from Singe. I saw that these sold out, the E01s,
which doesn't surprise me, but she's working on a restock right now. So that is really cool. But you see, like, I wanted something more. So that is why I ultimately decided to go in with another shade as well. Let me go ahead though real quick and add some of this to the lower lash line too. That way when I do inner corner, I can just kind of wrap around. Okay, so now that that's done, I want to go into this shade. This is where it's going to change things up because this shade is like a topper shade, but it is purple. So is it giving fall? Probably not. More Halloween, but it's still a gorgeous look, and it's going to give me like the pop I feel like that I want in this look. Maybe actually let's go in with a little bit of another shade and then go back over it. So let's do this shade, Sweet Pea, and I may even have to lighten it a little bit, maybe with some setting powder, but I'll try to see how it does on its own. That could be really cool, like a pink pop, and it'll give something for that iridescent shade to lay on. Okay, I love that. And I went ahead and put the shimmer over top of it as well. And I think that's so cute. But I'm going to go finish this look off camera real quick, and I'll be right back to show you guys what it looks like all complete. I am back with the finished look, and as you can tell, I did make a change. So I took away the pink. It was, I don't know. I thought it was cool, but I wasn't feeling it. So I took away the pink, and I just went in with this shade right here, Softy, and then I took this shade all the way over, except for the very, like, you know, inner corner part. I left all of that matte, and I love the way this turned out so much. Also, I used two liners. First, I went in with Exit. You guys know the drill. I always go in with the white first, but then I did Icebreaker on top of it. And for mascara, I used my Bad Gal Bang from Benefit. But I also wanted to update you. So if you've been here, you know I have been wearing these in almost every single look lately, trying to see like how many uses I could get out of them. So these are melt lashes. These ones specifically are the BB lash from the Bailey Sarian collab. So I went through my notes and stuff. I've used these 17 times, including today. And today is their last wear. So I wanted to see like how many uses I could get out of them. 17 wears is pretty good for a pair of lashes though. And honestly, I was trying to get the glue off and I ripped it, so it could even be my fault. I don't know if I'm removing the glue correctly. I've never actually looked into it. But yeah, I just wanted to update you guys on that. So this look did not turn out to be very fall, but with the greens and stuff, you could argue it's kind of fall. The mint throws it off a little, but it's okay. It's still a really cute look. At least I think so. But I have to admit, this video was really fun. I had a lot of fun going through my collection and pulling out some of my like older favorite palettes and getting to create looks with them. Now, the first look, of course, was filmed with the new palette from GLAMINATRIX, the tones of Turd, which I had a blast with. I still have to continue using this and gather my thoughts on it. By the time you see this video, I will have already done so, and my review should be up on this one already. I'll link that video down below in case you guys are interested. But I thought this one was really beautiful. But what is my favorite out of these? Oh my god, like I don't even know. I love the quality of all of these. I prefer the formulas of these three only because the mattes in this one are a little kick-uppy, but it's still not an issue. I still love the palette, so don't get me wrong. But if I had to choose a favorite, honestly, I don't think I can. I really don't, because you guys know the recently Deinfluenced has been such a hit for so long. but so has the Muse as well. It's one of my favorites. And then you also have like the dark fall vibes of this palette. So honestly, I can't choose. If you have any of these, you're gonna have to let me know what your favorites are. I would love to hear from you guys. And if you guys seem to like this video, I will try to do more of them. They are really time consuming, which is why I don't do them. Like, this is my first one I think I've actually posted, and it's because it takes days to film, but it was really fun, and I do love the idea of using older things. I think that could be really fun as well. But let me know your thoughts down below. Which look was your favorite? Which palette is your favorite? I cannot wait to hear from you guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help me out, and until next time, bye!